Welcome to the first WTF edition of PDTV News. We're going to talk about the EBT food stamp debacle that has happened in Louisiana over the past weekend. Now, apparently, they were running some kind of tests on the EBT system. They were doing some system changes, some kind of computer updates, whatever the government was doing. Something glitched and the food stamps all of a sudden have an unlimited balance. Now, somehow someone figured this out and they didn't keep it to themselves. They could have exploited the system and just done whatever. But you know what happened? That person went home with their stuff that they first went to get, and they called all their little buddies and said, "Hey, you need to check this out. The EBT card is just unlimited right now. Get down to Walmart, man. You just go get whatever you want." And that's what happened. So you had a bunch of people go down and clear the shelves like there was a fucking hurricane. Now, I don't know if anybody watching has ever lived through one of these storms where people are going to hunker down, but when you go to the store, I mean, I guess it's what like it was in Russia in the 1980s and 90s when, you know, you were having to wait 3 hours for a gallon of milk. But there's nothing left on the shelves. So as the people are going through, picking things up, I want to say it was about 9 o'clock, they got everything fixed. They announced over the loudspeaker that they got all this stuff fixed and that everything was back to normal with the EBT cards. For a short period of time, and a crap ton of people loading up shopping carts full of food, walked off and left their buggies. Shot this video with his cell phone. I mean, if that right there doesn't say, "Hey, I know that I'm f***ing doing something wrong," I don't know what else does. And the glitch was fixed. You got one lady who happens to be being checked out while this happens. She had over $700 worth of shit in her grocery carts. Now, I mean, I filled up a couple grocery carts myself before, and it's like $200-300. I can't imagine what all you'd have to buy to rack up $700 worth of stuff. So when they go to check her card, here's the kicker. She had 49 cents balance on her card. Do you think that she didn't know that she had 49 cents? I understand how these things work. People are allotted so much money per month. It gets loaded on their card every month, and that's what they can use to go and buy their groceries. Now, a lot of times, you know, I guess it depends on how many kids you have and stuff like that, but I've heard of it being anywhere from $200 to about $500. I've never heard anyone tell me that they've ever had more than $500 in food stamps per month. So for people to be going through getting $700, $1,000 worth of stuff is just insane. Now, at that point, who ends up taking the fall for this? I mean, is it Walmart? Does Walmart fit the bill because they allowed these people to buy all this stuff and kind of figuring, hey, something's got to be wrong? Or is the government, and then essentially all of us, going to take the hit for it and pay for these people's stuff? But if the government wants to, they could be like, "F you, Walmart. You shouldn't have done that. You obviously knew something was wrong, and we're the government. We do what we want, and we don't want to pay you." So maybe that's how it'll go. But either way, I'd like to know what you guys think of what should happen to these folks, because there's an obvious electronic record of these people. they apply for this card, they get the card, then they abuse the card. Well, there's a direct link back to the person responsible. They could probably also get them off the security footage from Walmart that day. Now, let's say that whoever, the government or Walmart, presses charges and they end up going after these people. Should they be prosecuted for theft? I mean, do you consider what they did to be thievery? Or were they just exploiting a loophole? Now, however you want to look at that, maybe you think that they should be denied benefits. Let's say they bought $1,200 worth of stuff and they were allotted $400 a month. The food stamp people need to say, well, you've used 3 months worth, so that'd be this month or heck, the next 3 months. So you don't get anything for the next 3 months. And then they continue on from there. Or is there a punishment where maybe they lose their privilege? Because that's what it is. It's a privilege to them to go to the store and buy name brand items on your dime. That's what they're doing. You can go to the meat market and buy anything that is uncooked. Read on the websites what exactly you can and can't per state on the food stamp card. You'd be amazed. A lot of times people on food stamps are eating better than you. Now, so maybe you think they should be denied that assistance from here on out. Maybe for a year, maybe 5 years. I don't know. Now, going back to the loophole situation where you've got someone who's exploiting a loophole. In the computer world, if you find a loophole and you exploit it, it's considered hacking and you are committing a felony. So, being that the EBT system is completely electronic, you are using it basically like a credit card. You're exploiting a loophole that you have figured out. Therefore, you're committing fraud and you're committing a felony. What do you guys think? Comment down below and let us know. We'd really like to know what you guys think. I'm Andy. This is PDTV News.